Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about jealousy and forgetfulness, mostly. I'm going to start with the forgetfulness, because that's kind of a funny story. I don't know if you'll find it funny, but I feel really stupid, and that's at least something for me to laugh about. Yesterday was my little sister's birthday, so I went directly from school to my parents' place in order to celebrate. And we went out for Chinese food, which, by the way, I ended up stuffing myself. Okay, so I might want to add, because I know that sushi isn't actually Chinese, it's Japanese. But for some weird reason, here in Denmark, when you go to well, they're not really called Japanese, no, sorry, they're not really called Chinese restaurants as much as they're called Asian restaurants and Oriental restaurants, things like that. But people refer to it as Chinese food. So we went out to that buffet and I feasted on sushi. We did the math on it, and if I had to order the pieces individually, rather than just eating them at a buffet, then the amount of sushi I ate was more than the cost of all four of us, myself, my stepdad, my mum, and my sister, going out to eat at this buffet. So I definitely ate my money's worth of sushi. And it tasted great. Some of the better sushi I've experienced, actually, which is kind of bothersome because there's a sushi restaurant that's actually focused on sushi, and I feel like they make worse sushi than these guys do, which is mostly focused on Chinese food, and then they just have a small sushi buffet next to it. Yeah, anyway, that's at least now I know where to get my sushi. When I came home from there, my belly was so full. Like, I couldn't stand up straight, because standing up straight kind of made my muscles tense, which squeezed my belly. So I had a lot, and it was great. It was fun. And yeah, I'm talking about the food rather than the company, because the food, that's very much like me. The company was good as well. Unfortunately, we were in a slight rush. It wasn't all that bad, but my sister had ukulele practice. And you might have noticed that the background music for these podcasts are actually ukulele music. That's inspired by her. When I heard it, I was just like, oh my god, yes, that's perfect. So that's partly why I went for the ukulele. So yeah, well, anyway, back to the point. I got distracted by the food. I forgot my backpack when we left their place, unfortunately. And we didn't go back. They drove me directly home, because we were actually closer to my place than theirs. So now I have to leave early. Well, earlier than usual, in order to drive by their place. That's pretty annoying, because I was planning on working last night. We decided to make a small prototype application, mobile application, which actually reminds me that I need to bring my developer phone. I should have charged this. Well, maybe I'll bring the charger too, so that I can charge it while I'm there. It charges while it's connected to the computer as well, but not as quickly, so it's better to get it charged. Right. That's the forgetfulness. Again, I almost forgot to bring my developer phone. It's so weird not having to bring my backpack, and I've never actually gone directly from this location to my parents' place. I always go from school because it's easier that way. I don't know how to get there. They recently moved, by the way. It's not that I have no idea how to get to my parents' place. It's just they recently moved, and after that, I haven't had a chance to go from here to there, which is what makes it difficult. As for the jealousy, and this one is actually the one that's a little closer to me. Have you guys ever dealt with jealousy? I know that a lot of us have felt jealousy, like we've experienced it either on ourselves, like we've been jealous of someone else, or we've experienced that someone is jealous of us or someone we know. Or, we've been in the vicinity of jealousy. But has anyone actually experienced jealousy and dealt with it? Because my girlfriend struggles with some jealousy, and it's not usually a big deal, really. She's not the jealous type who'll throw stuff at my face claiming that I've been cheating on her or anything like that. But she is the kind of person who gets easily bothered and kind of in her own head. So she starts overthinking things, and then she makes up scenarios, and that makes her sad. So it's actually, it's not that it's hurting me, it's that it's hurting her. And if it was hurting me, I would know how to deal with it, because I'm not dealing with that. I'm out of there. If you can't treat me nicely just because you get jealous, then it's not for me. But she does treat me nicely. She treats me with a lot of respect. She never acts aggressively out of jealousy. She just gets bothered by the jealousy, and I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what to do to help her, and the main problem is that she doesn't know either. Back when I was at university, I ended up bonding quite a bit with one of my female classmates, and I'm the kind of boy/man guy thing that has always had more female acquaintances and friends than male ones. When I was younger, I wasn't very comfortable in male company. Probably something about my dad leaving when I was a kid and all of that. I have a hard time trusting men and trusting men's intentions. And so I just ended up being one of the girls. I've actually experienced guys telling me, which is very telling as to their own nature. They've told me that I'm obviously just planning something. I'm obviously just playing the long con. And no, I'm not. I really am just more comfortable in female company. And I tend to bond with people quite a bit. I don't have a lot of friends. I've mentioned that before. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances. Well, I tend to bond with one or two individuals everywhere I go. And that means that I kind of stay connected to them while I'm there. And then when I'm gone, I have no connection to them. I had a connection like that at university. I was only there for a semester because I decided that university wasn't for me. Was too much reading, and I didn't actually learn the things that I wanted to learn. It was the wrong choice. So I took my exams, and then, in case I decided to go back later, there's no need to waste the semester. And then I left, and I cut ties with the person that I had bonded with there. That was basically the only thing that made my girlfriend not feel these negative emotions of jealousy. Was then when the tie was cut, the realization came to her that that was all it was. Like, even though she knew it already, the realization itself didn't come until the tie was broken. And that worries me, because obviously I have made a similar quote-unquote mistake in the new place I've gone to. I've bonded with one of my classmates it's a bit of a different bond. She's significantly younger than me, and by that I mean she's, 5 years younger than me? 6 years younger than me? But she has a lot of problems, I suppose. Life isn't easy on her. And she happens to have ADHD-PI, which is, most people are used to calling it ADD. It's basically me without the hyperactivity. So I am an older person who is stable, who can relate to her experiences and who is there to support her. It's kind of a weird relationship, really, but I help her make sure to eat because she doesn't eat a lot. I help her have a stable school life. I do these small things for her. And to me, that's, I'm just being a good person. I'm doing the right thing. To my girlfriend, I am also being a good person and just doing the right thing. But to my girlfriend's jealous side, I am, I'm definitely not. And it's funny because it's actually not me that she doesn't trust. Like the jealousy isn't really about me. It's more so about the girl. It's more so that even though she trusts my behavior, she thinks that the girl is trying to get in my pants. And I am 90% certain that that is not the case. And for the last 10%, if it does turn out to be the case, I will obviously be rejecting her. And I bet that if I actually had a following, then sharing this would kind of turn a lot of them against me. I would imagine a lot of people telling me to just be a better boyfriend and dump my friend. Why would I take care of someone else? Things like that. I can see it for me. I can hear it happening. But to me, it's a given. I take care of other people. If you've listened to the other episodes, you'll know that. I take care of strangers. I just want to be a good person. I want to be satisfied with who I am and what I've done in this world. And so I can't just give up on people. What if my giving up on her leads to her hurting herself? What if it leads to, and I'm not necessarily thinking about actively hurting yourself. I'm thinking about more like, what if she doesn't eat? Because she doesn't. She even tells me that one of the reasons she started eating more is that she knows that there's a kind of, it's a kind-hearted pressure that's being put onto her. Not because she's forced to eat, but because she has to eat. And that helps her. So if that's no longer there and she stops eating again, she might lose weight again. She might lose too much weight. It's really unhealthy for her. I can't just do that to someone. Also, she's actually a nice person. It's more than just, helping her. She's also a really nice person and she's funny and all of that. She's not always the most hardworking, which is, but she does come up with some good ideas and she's motivated, albeit not that dedicated, or maybe it's the other way around. She's dedicated, but she's not all that motivated to do the everyday work. She knows where she's headed, she knows where she wants to go, but she limits herself due to the fact that she doesn't work as hard as she could. My point is, she's a decent person. I enjoy spending time with her. She's a great acquaintance. She's a great classmate. And I have actually said no to a lot of things. She has invited me for things and invited me to things. She wants me to play Genshin Impact with her. And normally I would just say, sure, let's give it a try. And then we'd play for a bit. And maybe I'd get bored. Maybe I'd have fun. But out of, interest in my girlfriend, I have decided to say no, thank you to those things. So I actually deny a lot of things. I reject quite a lot of suggestions because I feel like they wouldn't make my girlfriend comfortable. And even though she's not comfortable to begin with, I feel like there's a level where it stops. And for her, that is definitely, I'm not going to be spending time outside of school with this classmate very much. We text every now and then, but I'm always open to my girlfriend about what we text about, and she's even allowed to see the messages if she wants to. So I do what I can to support my girlfriend, while not limiting myself too much and also not, taking it out on other people. That turned into quite the rant. I suppose what I'm getting at is that it's difficult and I'm not quite sure what to do. So if anyone hears this, and like at any time, it could be half a year from now, I don't mind. If anyone hears this and they have a suggestion, then please, I encourage you to let me know, because I definitely need all of the help I can get. I want to make this as comfortable as possible for my girlfriend, and at the same time, I want to not have to block out the people around me. It's very important to me. So if anyone can help me with that, that would be great. And in the meantime, I think this is it for today. We are rounding the quarter, and so it's getting to be about that time where I hang up. I was about to say hang up. What I mean, of course, is it's time for me to go and end this episode, and then I'll just have to see you guys again tomorrow. It's been fun. I love talking to you, and I hope someone will enjoy it at some point. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.